friends, welcome to a new video. This time we're planning the April setup in my bullet journal together. As you can see, the theme for this month is plants. I think that fits perfectly with spring. Every year, spring reminds me of how beautiful my indoor plants are, and I start appreciating them even more. Lately, I've been really into plants with that white and pink variegation. I don't own any, though they can be pretty expensive. But let's get started. For the cover page, I want to create a more detailed illustration again. I am drawing a large window with a cozy bench where a few potted plants are sitting. A dog is standing on the bench with his front paws up, looking outside. This scene just feels so warm and cozy to me, so I really wanted to include it as the cover for this month. The cover page is, as always, the most detailed part, so now you can sit back, grab a tea or a snack and just enjoy watching, or you can draw along in your own bullet journal. I list all the pens and materials I'm using in the description box, so you can check if you have something similar at home. The outlines are done and now it's time for coloring. As always, I was a bit unsure about the color palette at first. I have so many pens at home, but most of them are really vibrant, so it's always tricky to put together a nice balanced palette. Ever since I got my Mildliner markers, I've been using them all the time. Their pastel tones help keep the illustration from looking too heavy or oversaturated. I also like to check out Adobe Color for inspiration, especially when working on my digital illustrations. Maybe that could be helpful for you too. Feel free to check it out. Also, let me know in the comments if you like my color choices or if you would have done something differently. I'm always curious to see how you would approach it. At the end of every drawing, I always add shadows to make the illustration look more three-dimensional and realistic. I just use the same color and go over the shadow areas a few times, that way it creates a nice depth effect. I also love the quote, "I'm still growing," which I added at the bottom of the page. It fits perfectly with the plant theme, but also with my own growth as an artist and business owner. It's crazy to look back at my artwork from a year ago and compare it to now. I'm so excited to see how my style evolves over the next few years and how my business grows along with it. So that's it for the cover page. I hope you like it and that I gave you some ideas for your own bullet journal pages. Next up, as always, is the calendar page. This time I tried a new title style. I used a very thin black fine liner to draw the outlines of the letters. It felt a bit tricky at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's really fun. I love trying out new lettering styles. Each title also gets a little plant doodle along with some splashes and decorations. I colored in the outlines using pink, but honestly I went outside the lines so many times, total kindergarten skills. Do this happen to you often too? That feeling when you suddenly lose all your skills? Coloring outside the lines, miscounting, make lines too long or too short, or just messing up in random ways? For me, it usually happens when I'm feeling distracted or unfocused, or I don't know what's wrong with me sometimes. Please tell me I'm not alone. To add depth, I shaded the letters with light gray, imagining the light coming from the top left, so the shadows go to the bottom right. Then I moved on to the calendar layout. Last month I tried a more compact format, fitting 1 week per row instead of giving each day its own box. I actually liked it. It saved space and I don't usually write that many appointments in my journal anyway. But for this month I'm going with a classic box layout again. Now that spring is here, there are more plans and events, so I want a clearer overview of the days and weeks. Of course, I accidentally made one line too long. I do this all the time, so I don't even get mad about it anymore. For the weekdays, I used a beautiful pastel brown and underlined the first row where the dates go with the same color. Next to the calendar, I added a Kraft paper box for notes, and below that a few more plant doodles to tie everything together. One of the things I love most is washi tape. I would really love to create my own washi tape with my designs, but the minimum order quantities are usually so high. That still holds me back a little since my shop is still pretty new and I don't want to be stuck with too much stock for too long. If you know a good manufacturer in Germany, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your recommendations. But one day I'll definitely make my own. That's a little dream of mine. Also, just look how much washi tape changes the whole page. It instantly looks more fun and dynamic, don't you think? On the next page, I'm planning my goals for each week in April. I find it easier to work towards a big goal when I break it down into several smaller ones. I'd really love to plan my next job update by the end of April, but I'm not sure if I'll have enough new designs ready by then. What I definitely want to do is make the theme plans, just in my bullet journal here. I'm imagining a few new sticker sheets and die-cut stickers, but also new products like magnetic bookmarks and drinking glasses with stickers. This year I really want to try a lot of new things, including different types of products to see what fits me best. So for now I'm planning one new design for each week, starting with those I need to order externally from a manufacturer so they arrive on time. That's why I think this table-like plan is really going to help me this month. For this I'm drawing a frame with a few hearts around it using my pink pen, and I'll write week 1 to 5 inside the frame, one below the other. There's also some space on the left and the bottom of the page for a few plant doodles to fill it in. on the right side, I'm setting up a tracker. Right now, what's most important for me is to track social media. I'm still experimenting a lot with my style and different types of videos, and I use this space to track how things are going. I track Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, focusing on various elements like followers, reach, likes, comments, and so on. I'm not a social media expert, but I've been watching lots of videos and trying to improve. This might not be super interesting for everyone, but maybe for you this could also be a habit tracker page, where you track different habits or tasks, whether you want to add or break them, or just to see what you're doing on certain days. I mostly include habit trackers in my weeklies now, because I keep that page open all week and it's easier for me to fill it out. If you want to see my weeklies, check out my Instagram account, where I post them almost every week. The second to last design is the quickest one to make, my brain dump page. I just write down everything that's on my mind here. Sometimes I need more than one page, sometimes nothing comes to mind. It's always different. I draw a frame using the green pastel color and place the title right in the middle on top of a plant leaf doodle. I really love these quick layouts that still look cute and put together. They always make me want to create a super minimalistic setup. Maybe I'll do that one day. And on the last page, I have my usual reflection page. Unfortunately, my battery died while I was painting the title, but you've probably seen that process a few times now, so it's not a big deal. The idea of the two questions at the top, what worked well and what can I improve, I got from Anna from Journal Away. She does such amazing bullet journal setups, and I saw her use this in her journal, so I decided to adopt it for myself. On the bottom half, I always like to note my favorites of the month and the 3 best memories. It's so nice to read through these later and relive those moments. And after I color in the doodles and decorate the page with washi tape, we're done with the setup. We'll take a final flip through of everything, but I just want to thank you all for watching. I hope you got some ideas for your own journal. If you watched until the end, leave a plant emoji in the comments. And if you want to learn more about journaling and my little creative business, feel free to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and of course here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!